A little known law has forced over 120,000 veterans to return the money they got to leave the military. New data shows the statistics come amid renewed calls to change a law that has thrown many veterans into sudden hardships. This was reported by Dominic Finney /NBC News, August 2nd, 2024, by Melissa Chan. A federal law has forced nearly 122,000 disabled veterans in the last 12 years to return payouts, some totaling tens of thousands of dollars they received to leave the military when it needed to downsize, according to news data obtained by NBC News. The statistics come amid renewed calls to change the little-known law, which prohibits veterans from receiving both disability and special separation pay, which are one-time lump sum incentives offered to service members when the U.S. had to reduce its active duty forces. Nobody realizes that they are doing this to so many people, said Vernon Relfit, who was recently told to repay the $30,000 he got to leave the Army more than 30 years ago. The clawbacks have thrown many veterans into sudden hardship. One said it would take him nearly 15 years to pay back what he owes. Another said he has to cut out expenses that are not necessity, as his wife, who works full-time, is considering taking on another job to make ends meet. That is so sad, guys. That's our government for you, though. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs said it had to recoup special separation payments for more than 17,000 veterans in the 2018 fiscal year, the highest annual amount so far. That total swelled from about 12,400 the previous year, although it's unclear why. The number of recoupments fell each following year until the PACT Act, a measure that expanded benefits to millions of veterans exposed to burn pits and other toxic substances during their service, was signed into law in August 2022. VA statistics show the recoupments demanded from vets in fiscal year 2023 grew by nearly 9,300 from 7,940 in 1922. Pretty big jump, and it's going to jump a lot more this year. VA Press Secretary Terrence Hayes said the agency cannot speculate on why numbers rise or fall. He said the VA is legally bound to recover special separation benefits from veterans before those eligible can begin receiving disability payments. That's a crock of crap. At least 2 veterans who had long been receiving both benefits said the VA caught its own error only after they submitted PACT Act claims. Shouldn't be the veterans' fault, should be the VA's fault there, folks. Sean Taylor accepted a one-time gross payment of about $10,700 to leave the Army in 1996 when the U.S. had to reduce its active duty force. Then in 2012, the veteran, who served about 8 years, including in Operation Desert Storm and Desert Shield, began receiving monthly disability compensation for an old knee injury. He filed a PACT Act claim for asthma in the summer of 2023, which the VA granted, slightly increasing his disability rating. But the benefit was short-lived. Months later, the VA sent him a letter saying he should not have been receiving both disability and separation benefits without penalty for the last dozen years. Wow. So the VA can make a mistake, no matter what it is, you're guilty. It was something somebody overlooked at that time, and then they caught it now, said Taylor, 55, who lives in Walnut Creek, California. Beginning in July, the VA wrote it would start withholding Taylor's monthly disability payment of about $586 until he repays the amount of his separation pay. Taylor stated, "I rely on this pay every month. It's not right," and I agree with him. Similarly, NBC News previously reported that Relfit, the Army veteran, began receiving disability compensation in 1992, the same year he took the special separation pay. But after Relfit filed a PACT Act claim for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which was denied, the VA began withholding his monthly disability pay in May until he repaid the $30,000. It would take the 62-year-old nearly 15 years to do so. What a damn shame. "This is wrong," the Twin City, Georgia resident said. No concerted effort. In fiscal year 2013, the earliest year with available data, the VA said it had to recoup separation pay from about 6,700 veterans, the lowest amount in the last dozen years. The total inched up slightly to about 7,500 fiscal year 2014, data shows. It held steady around 12,000 for the next 3 fiscal years. before surging to more than $17,000 in fiscal year 2018. The VA had to recoup separation pay from 8,130 veterans in fiscal year 2020 and 8,550 in 2021. Wow, big numbers. The number of recoupments dropped even lower in fiscal year 2022 before surging in 2023. As of the end of June, the VA said it had already initiated recoupments for more than 8,920 veterans so far this fiscal year. While Hayes said he cannot speculate on reasons for dips and spikes in annual tallies, the VA press secretary said there has been a rise in disability claims. In fiscal year 2023, when the VA had to recoup separation pay from nearly 9,300 veterans, Hayes said the agency received a total of 2.3 million compensation claim applications, a 42% increase over 2022. Fiscal year 2023 was a record-breaking year for the VA, he said. There are no concerted effort to increase recoupment. Instead, it is a part of the normal, legally required process during completion of the initial claim application, which asks claimants if they received a separation bonus and the amount received. Hayes said the number of recoupments the VA has processed over the last 5 years has consistently been less than 1% of the total applicants or recipients of the disability compensation. In 2023, more than 5.6 million veterans received compensation. Hayes said veterans who apply for PACT Act benefits are far more likely to receive an increase in benefits rather than any decrease. Well, that is good news to hear there. Recommended. U.S. News, Deadpool and Wolverine reign again with massive second weekend. It's unclear how many recoupment errors like tellers and refits were caught since the PACT Act was enacted. The VA said it does not track those cases. In Relfit's case, the VA said it erroneously allowed him to receive both benefits without penalty for more than 30 years because it was unaware of the amount of his separation pay when he began receiving disability compensation in 1992. Well, guys, whose fault is that? It ain't the damn veterans. The VA said it caught the error when Relfit filed a PACT Act claim and that it should have been followed up on attempts to determine the separation amount and initiated recoupment earlier. The agency said Taylor's severance pay remained undetected until 2023 because he did not previously indicate in VA forms that he had received separation pay or follow through with submitting a claim within a year of filing an intent to submit one. On my forms, it never asked me for that. In 2021, the Veterans Benefits Administration began scanning all veteran service and medical records into electronic files, which reduces the likelihood of the situation reoccurring, Hayes said. Unique exceptions to the law. Veterans have a chance to pursue a waiver of their recoupment responsibilities for only certain special separation benefits under the law. Even then, the standards are high and have been confusing for most. To get a waiver for voluntary separation pay, the VA said the Secretary of the applicable branch of service must determine that recovery would be against equity and good conscience or would be contrary to the best interests of the United States. At least 6 have been granted so far, officials said. The Air Force said some of its members signed erroneous statements of understanding when they separated from active duty between 2007 and 2014. The paperwork incorrectly told them recoupment would be waived if they subsequently became eligible for disability compensation benefit. Air Force spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Erica Yepsen said. The Air Force said it has granted at least 5 waivers to veterans affected by the error since fiscal year 2016. The year the Air Force said it changed how it tracked its data. It denied 17 other requests, but in those 5 cases, Yepsen said it was determined that waiving recoupment was in keeping with equity and good conscience standards. Such big words. The Air Force also approved a waiver requested for a 6th veteran based upon the individual's disability precluding them from earning an income, Yelpson said. The Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard said they are not aware of anyone who has requested a waiver for recoupment. In 2023, the Navy authorized reducing the amount of disability pay that is withheld while voluntarily separation pay is recouped. Navy spokesperson Charlie Spirito said. Pretty big one, pretty big name there. The Army did not respond to requests for comment. Advocates say the law not only blindsides veterans, but it robs them of earned benefits that should not be linked financially. I agree with that 100%, guys. While special separation pay is based on a service member's military career and calculated by years of active duty, disability pay solely relates to illnesses or injuries sustained during service, according to Marquise Barfield, an Assistant National Legislative Director with DAV, an advocacy group formerly known as Disabled American Veterans. The two payments have nothing to do with each other, Barfield said. There are two separate buckets of money. I agree with him. Veterans have had an average of $19,700 to $53,000 withheld from recoupment from 2013 to 2020, according to a study published in 2022 by RAND Corporation, a non-profit research group. In 2022, Republican Ruben Gallego, a Democrat from Arizona, introduced a bill that would change the recoupment law, but the legislative process has been slow. It is costly, he said, and that's kind of been the biggest hindrance of why I can't get it through. I need to get some Republicans out there to help him pass that bill, folks. So what they're telling you is that the VA has made some bad mistakes in the past, and they're trying to put the monkey on your back saying it's your fault. No, it shouldn't be that way, guys, but that's the way our VA operates. Now, there's several different branches of the VA. However, what's happening here in this little notation or this little video I put out is not right. You know, if they give you severance pay and later you fall on something similar to or related to what your severance pay was paid on, they shouldn't be taking that money back from you. But that's our government. Now, you know, guys, it's up to us to vote the right people in as President of the United States, and this year is election time. Now, I shouldn't tell you who I'm going to vote for or tell you who you should vote for, but I can tell you that there's only one man on that ticket, one person on that ticket that I'd vote for, and it sure ain't going to be a laughing hyena. So, guys, get out and vote this November. Your vote counts. Maybe it'll help change some of these policies, and maybe it'll help keep a little bit more food on your table. Now, I've got some other videos out there about Project 2025, and don't let that intimidate you. And I'm going to put some more videos out there on 2025 because it's pretty interesting what's in that 2025 packet. So, guys, I hope I shared some information that you like. I hope it's valuable information. We ask you to hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And that way it'll let you know when our next video is coming out. And share this video with your friends and family and anybody that might need this information. It helps my little channel, and it helps me a lot as a disabled veteran. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.